Oh yeah. Oh, you're so fine. I really wanna make you mine. Sit back and let's unwind. And we can take a bottle of some wine. Ooh. So are you down to rock with me? Cause girl, you fly just like my G. And I need to know, I need to know. Are you really down for anything? 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 So fine, I really wanna make you mine. Sit back and let's unwind, and we can take a bottle of some wine. Ooh. So are you down to rock with me? Cause girl, you fly just like my G. And I need to know, I need to know. Are you really down for anything? 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 So fine, I really wanna make you mine. Sit back and let's
just killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since move actually left. You don't want to change from the 4-3.
What's going on? Good afternoon, man. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Jerry James show. And as promised, we've got the tactics board for you this afternoon. Apologies, I couldn't do it last night. I did say I was going to try, but I said if not, I will be back here with you guys this afternoon. Started to kind of have to organize myself. And by the end of the week, we will have a kind of a timetable. Also got Ram joining us as well, and Ram will obviously have his segment as well. It'll be the Ram takeover, so we're going to make sure we schedule that in, but it's going to be scheduled so you guys know exactly when and how we're coming live. But big up to everyone in the building. Make sure we are smashing a like as always if you're watching us on the video. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, please it's really easy. Just head over to YouTube. Please hit the like button. It should be down there somewhere. Yeah, down there somewhere. And if you're new to the channel as well, subscribe down there as well. Please hit the subscribe button. We're en route to 200 million subscribers. And yeah, that's going to be the goal, man. So big up to everyone in the building. And look, we're back in positive spirits. We're back in positive mood, in a positive mood, because Liverpool got the 3 goals I said they would. However, they proved me wrong. They got the clean sheet, people. Liverpool managed to go and keep a clean sheet against Nottingham Forest. A very, very strong, dominant display from the Reds. There's a few things I actually want to talk about that might be quite controversial in regards to the game, but look, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it regardless, as you know we do. But solid display, man. Solid display. And I think there's no better place to start. Obviously, getting into you guys in the comments first. So guys, please make sure we are smashing a like under the video. We've got Honesty in the building as well, saying good afternoon, my G. Big up to Honesty, hope you're doing well. And big up to Gary Richards as well, Tally Ho, JJ, dear boy. Big up to yourself, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, man, looking into this game, I mean, it is quite scary. I look at the game, I look at the way in which, we're able to go and play. And I've got to say, we look dominant as ever. And I think, if I'm being really honest, it's probably one of our best performances this season. The reason being is that we're able to keep it. Well, the Aston Villa performance was really good, but as a whole, it was so dominant from the start to finish in all facets of the game. Nottingham Forest, I mean, hardly had any kind of possession. We're talking, let's actually get the stats up. Let's get the stats out that I've managed to go and note down, because making my notes when watching the game, I was like, yeah, this is a bit crazy. We look at it here, and yeah, man, I mean, boy. Look, of course, we scored 3 goals, and we know that, people. We're looking at, obviously, 21 shots compared to Nottingham Forest's 9. We've got 8 on target compared to their 1. 4 big chances compared to their 1. 654 passes completed, only allowing Nottingham Forest to complete 193. I think that's a massively important stat. We're looking at our passes in the attacking third, 150 to their 35, 15 to their 17 take on them. You have to remember, Nottingham Forest are going to try and take on at every opportunity to get the team up their pitch. So even though they've got more take-ons, the fact we've got 15 take-ons compared to their 17 is absolutely crazy. Looking at crosses, we had 25 to their 12, 22 tackles to their 27. Of course, we had more of the ball. So in hind, of course, they're going to have more of the pitch, more of the. They're going to have more onus. It's going to be more onus on them to obviously go and tackle the ball. 4 interceptions to their 11 and 9 fouls to their 13, and really dominated the play, man. It's really crazy to obviously go and have a look, and it's so crazy. The game started off a bit kind of stagnant. We dominated the game. Let's be honest. We got our foothold in the game, but it was quite stagnant, struggling to get, real chances off. A couple of snapshots here and there. One that kind of I'm reminded of is, Salah gets the ball, flicks it onto Darwin Nunez, and Darwin Nunez has a shot and it hits the side netting, and that's, a kind of an indicator of what was to be with Nottingham Forest. And it's really interesting to see that. I spoke before the game talking about how vital I thought it was that our midfield really imposed themselves on the game because of how Nottingham Forest would set up. And that's exactly what happened. And we're going to talk about, obviously, Szoboszlai later on in the show, and what a player he is, to say the least. Of course, Diogo Jota proving to be invaluable yet again. Virgil van Dijk, Alisson had nothing really to do. But look, the best way to go about it is going to get into the player ratings, and then we'll chop up the other bits as well that I've got for you. I was going to make sure just checking in with everyone that's just come in. Big up to Red for Life saying, big up JJ. Man, McAllister finally showed up. If I'm being honest, yes. This is exactly what I spoke about. I spoke about the fact that I haven't been impressed with McAllister. I don't really rate him as highly as some other players do. But in this game, he played really well. He done the things that I wanted him to do. He really played like a 6. He won the ball high up, which we wanted. He didn't really get blown past by any players. It was a really solid performance. And it's something that I think we need to build on. And if this is the McAllister we're going to get, this is the McAllister I wanted to see. This is this kind of standard he's set for himself. And we need to push on from here now when he's playing in a deeper position. We can't have what we've had 2, 3, 4 games ago, in my opinion, man. So it's really obviously good to see. But let's get into it straight off the bat, man. Let me just share my screen with you guys and remove that banner as well. Guys, make sure we are liking the video once we're coming into the stream. About 15 of us in the building. So please make sure we are liking it up. Big up to your damn selves. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Hold on, let me remove this banner for 2 seconds. It's mad when you're not streaming for a long time. It takes a while to get used to using all the stuff. You forget where everything is. Anyway, here we are. And of course, that's obviously a team. And I'm just going to get into it right now and get into the sub position. Let's say ratings. Let's get into the ratings. And with Alisson, man, let me know in the comments as well whilst I'm talking about it. Now, of course, with Alisson, let's have a look at what Alisson was able to go and bring us. Let's see, saves. Have I got any stats on saves? Foul suffered. Actually, don't. Passes. No, we don't. Influence. Well, yeah. I mean, Alisson, for me, I haven't got any stats on stage, but let's be honest. Alisson had a very, 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 very quiet game. Very quiet game. I think even looking at the stats and seeing that, you know, it's supposedly, I mean, Forest had 9 shots in the whole game. It didn't seem like it at times. It seemed like that was a very, very poor performance from Forest. And, you know, we could have had 4s and 5s if we're being honest. I think it was that good of a performance from an attacking standpoint. I'm going to give Alisson a 7. I mean, he didn't really put a foot wrong. He kept the ball moving well at the back, distributed the ball well. And I think that's the kind of rating I would give. I'm just going to have a look at what you guys are saying as we're talking about it. Yeah, guys, let me know what you're saying. Is 7 cool? I'm going to have to go with 7. I'm going to have to make an executive decision, guys. So I might have to. Let me know. Big up to Sadiq Edwards. Hope you're doing well. Saying, afternoon, JJ. He wasn't troubled. No, he wasn't troubled at all, man. He wasn't troubled at all. Didn't really have to do anything. Honestly saying, look, Ali did have nothing to do. I could go and buy some crisps and a Coke. Yeah, he could have had a cigarette. He could have built one if that's what he wanted to do. He could have, danced his life away. Some salsa, he could have danced some samba, whatever it would have been. It was easy. We've got honestly saying 7.5, but your 0.5s are always because you're pro LFC. We've got Red for Life saying 7. Yeah, I think 7's calm. So I'm going to go with a 7 here, man. So E gets a 7. Let me just move some of these players so we can see their ratings a bit more. Guys, make sure we are smashing a like, please. It does help the channel grow. So appreciate you guys doing that at any cost. Cool. So as you can see, Alisson with a 7. Now let's start with Simicast. We're going from left to right. I think a decent game. I think, considering the opposition, it was a good game for him to come into because he's obviously partnered with Virgil van Dijk on that side. He's got Diogo Jota, Gravenberch in front of him. Of course, he's got McAllister as well. Alisson in goal as well. That's obviously going to make a massive kind of difference in terms of just stability and confidence throughout the back line. He hasn't had the greatest start this season, but I think it was a decent game from him. I don't recall anything really going on with him. I mean, he was okay. I mean, does anyone differ with me? I want to really know. Yeah, we got obviously Sadiq saying 7. I hear that. For me, obviously that's with Ali. I'm probably going to go with like a 6.5. Maybe I'm being harsh, let me know, but I'm going to go with 6.5 purely because of the fact that he's a player that from an offensive standpoint is really good. But down that side, I did feel at times, am I being harsh? I don't know. For me, you know what? It is what it is, man. I'm definitely gonna go over 6.5 for me. I don't think if he was all right, average. With Virgil van Dijk for me, I'm gonna go with a 7.5 as well. If not an 8. I mean, I'm going to give a 7.5. Really, the reason why I give a 7.5 is because I think he had a really good game. But considering he only came up against Elanga, and Elanga's the one that played up front in that first half in terms of who started, it was a very easy game for him. And they had one up top. It wasn't anyone that was going to trouble them, like ball into feet. It was everything was going to be running in behind them because Nottingham Forest was so stagnated. Anytime they played the ball into Elanga to run into, Virgil's cleaned up. And I mean, that's what we want from him. And I think his standard means that that's just his level. So I'm going to give Virgil a 7.5. With Konate, I think I'll give him the same. I think they both did really, really well. If I'm being honest, you know what? I feel like giving Konate a 6.6. And the reason why I give him a 7.6, just ahead of Virgil, is because I think his use of the ball has become much, much better. I'm actually seeing an improvement with him on the ball. His ability to kind of distribute passes is much calmer in possession. He's understanding what he has to do when Trent is coming in. And I don't see him as worried as I was in the back end of last season when Trent was coming inverted. And at times, it did cause me a lot of kind of anxiety watching Liverpool, man, if I'm being honest. So for me, 100%, man, I'm definitely going with, obviously, Konate. A lot of passes from Konate as well. When we're looking at passes in general, and we look at that kind of like top players and key events, in terms of like headed clearance, as an example, Virgil made 3 out of 3 headed clearances. Ibrahima Konate made 2 out of 2. Serge Aurier actually made 6 out of 6. Obviously, a lot of clearances for him from a defensive standpoint. Looking here, if I just go into passes just to go and check, Ibu Konate has actually made the most passes in the whole game. So really emphasizing my point. Wow. Attempting a staggering 127 passes in that game and completing 123. That's a high percentage for Konate as well, considering on that side, he's got someone that's coming inverted. So his range of passing actually has to be a bit better than Virgil's. He hasn't got an easy pass to the right back or to the left back and just to drop off and receive it again. So for me, I give him a point based on that. I mean, Virg himself with 104 passes out of 112 attempted. So still very, very good in terms of possession. But look. I mean, I'm happy with that from Konate. I think it was a really good performance. With Trent, I think Trent was he was good, man. He was decent. If I'm being honest, I'll probably give him like a 7 out of 10. I think a couple of times done some really, really, really good passes. But looking on the stats here, as I recall, only created one chance. And it's the same as Kostas Tsimikas. Got on the ball, was more of a facilitator and kind of kept the ball ticking over more than anything. Attempted 72 passes and completed 64. In terms of obviously the list, he's made the 5th most amount of passes in the whole game. Obviously dominated by Liverpool players. So for me, I give him a 7. I don't know about you guys. Let me go and have a look at what you guys are saying because it'd be good to go and see. On it is saying VVD 8 for him. We've got 6.5 for obviously Tsimikas. We've got 6.4 for obviously Tsimikas as well. 6.5. So I agree. I agree with that as well. Big up to Alexander Delos saying yo JJ. Big up the chat also. Big up to Ultra as well. Hope you're doing well. Honestly saying 8.5. He was better than VVD in my opinion, but maybe it's biased for I speaking. Yeah, and maybe so. I think I think he was good. I think he was better than Virgil van Dijk. I agree. By how much? Maybe I'll give him an 8. Maybe I'll give him an 8. We've got to be honest, our defense wasn't even tested. I agree. Honestly saying Trent is a 7. We got Ultra again saying I say 8 for Trent. His driving runs past a couple of guys with ease. Yeah, I mean he did, but that for me doesn't mean that you get to an 8 just because you make a couple of driving runs. I remember Tsimikas doing that a couple of times. For me, he's a player that can have a larger influence on the game, and I didn't think he did, and I didn't think he needed to in this game. I think we still had a really, really good game. So exactly, I think let's be honest, a 7's good in my opinion. So a 7's good, maybe a 7.5. I mean, you guys saying 7.5, I'm saying 8. We've got a 7 here. I'll change a couple. I think I'll go Ibu as an 8. I think that's fine. I think Ibu was really good. I think I'll give him a 7.5 then. Some of you guys, I'm saying 7. Some of you guys are saying 8. Let's go 7.5. I mean, that's fair. Let's start with McAllister before we move into Gravenberg. McAllister, I'm going to be honest. For me, this was his best game in the Liverpool top. Best game in the Liverpool top. A couple times I saw him. Do you know what I mean? We had, was it Dominguez or was it Dominguez? I think that's his name. Running through a midfield, just nips the ball away and Virgil van Dijk cleans up. And that's exactly what we needed from him. We didn't need a performance from like a solid DM running around and bulldozing people, even though I wanted to go and see an Endo because I haven't liked what I've seen from McAllister. But if McAllister can play like this on a consistent basis, I want him in the team all the time because you can see through his passing, he's just a better passer than Endo than what we've got. And look, he's not the best passer we've got in the team. Of course not. But he's comfortable in possession and it's good to have players like that. I personally still would love to go and see a midfield of obviously Curtis Jones, Gravenberg and Szoboszlai, a midfield 3 that can all rotate and play in all facets of the game, whether that be in the 10 and 8 or 6. I mean, they've all proved it in their careers or at Liverpool as well. Szoboszlai playing as a DM against, was it Wolves, I believe? That was the game. Really, really good to see him. We've seen Jones do it before. Gravenberg has played in a double pivot as a DM for obviously Ajax and his club team, as well as Bayern Munich. So it'll be really, really good to see. But hey, good performance. And if he plays like that, it's going to, do you know what I mean? I see why Klopp wants to play him, man. So for me, I'm going to give him a 7.5. I'm not going to give him more than that. I don't think it was an 8 out of 10. I don't think he was outstanding. Do you know what I mean? But I think he was good. Exactly. Did his job, Mac 10. I agree. He did his job. We've got McAllister 8.5. He was brilliant, winning tackles. He was heavily involved in the first goal. Yeah. I'll give him a 7.5. I don't think he was better than Ibu. I think he was on the same level as like a Trent for me. But if he can stay like that, then cool. But unless you guys can bring me stats as to why, I mean, I'm looking at the stats here. He completed 69 out of 85 passes, so it isn't the best ratio. He obviously completed the 4th most amount of passes from a midfield position. With Dominic Szoboszlai, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate involved, obviously higher. In terms of chances created, I think let me see how many chances he created. He created 1 chance in that game, the same amount of Costa Simicas as an example. When we're looking at crosses, didn't really put any crosses in. If we go and look at like ball recoveries, so from a defensive standpoint, from ball recoveries, it actually done really well. So had 11 ball recoveries. That's really, really high. Second to Dominic Szoboszlai, obviously, who we'll get into. In terms of tackles, not a lot of tackles there as well. Not a lot of interceptions. So yeah, I'll give him like a 7.5 in my opinion. Let's go Gravenberch, man. Gravenberch for me, I've been a big fan of him. Coming in, I think he's a really, really good player. I'm not going to obviously get on the bandwagon like some people calling him world class. He's the best midfielder in the world, all of that. But you can see he's a very, very, very talented player, man. Very talented player, both footed, can drive with the ball, left foot, right foot. But it was one of his weaker games, man. Definitely one of his weaker games. And I think that left-hand side with him and Simicas, maybe Simicas playing there affected him. Although he's played with him a lot of games, I don't really want to put everything on Simicas. I think Gravenberch just had a poor game. And for me, I'm going to go and give him a 6.5. I don't know what you guys are giving him, but 6.5 for me is very, very fair. I think a couple of times he got on the half term and showed what he's about. But in the midfield, he was quite anonymous. And I think usually it's McAllister that's the anonymous one. And we've got the other two that are really doing well. So whether that be Jones or Gravenberch in recent weeks alongside a Szoboszlai, he was the anonymous one in this game. And look, you got taken off for Elliott very shortly after. So look, or good to go and see regardless. And yeah, like, I mean, we're not Elliott or was it Endo, one of them. But really, really good to see regardless. Him getting some minutes, starting games as well. And yeah, let's move on. Dominic Szoboszlai. Now, I'm going to let you guys get into this one because before I get into anything, boy, what a performance. I spoke about how vital the midfield would be. I think when a team sits back, and especially when they're playing a back five, it means they're taking players out of the wide positions and putting them at the back so you can't really get in behind them if they sit really, really, really low. And if you try to, then it causes issues. I think the benefit that we have is the fact that now not only do we have a creator in Salah or someone that's going to make run from out to in way, that's the focal point. We've got creative players in the midfield. Looking at a player like him today, he was absolutely fantastic. He's really, really good, man. Really, really, really good. I mean, the only thing that was... he's not upsetting, but I would have liked to see maybe him getting a goal. Do you know what I mean? But his striking power is crazy. His ability is crazy. I think for his size and his height, he's really, really, really good to see. And the question I've got is, if Szoboszlai was English, how hyped do you think he would be? I think that's the question I'd like to go and ask because he's 22 years of age. If Szoboszlai was Dominic Samuels, right? Dominic Samuels, we bought him from Leicester and he was turning out performances like this. Where would we rank him? We rank Bellingham really high and rightfully so. I think he's doing outstandingly well at Real Madrid, really proving people he's got that mentality. He's got that big boy mentality. But boy, if Szoboszlai was English, I think there'll be a very, very strong argument. I mean, he's not necessarily getting the same amount of goals, but his impact on the whole game is incredible. I think Bellingham at times goes ghost in games and he's very similar to a Lampard, can get in those areas, score goals, and he's proving really, really pivotal. His brother actually is playing as a forward at times, and he started as a midfielder, so it shows their kind of mentality and their know-how and nous of picking up right positions from an attacking standpoint. But Szoboszlai, for me, fantastic. Fantastic. I'm going to give Szoboszlai a 9. It would have been a 10 if he had got... Look, I'm giving him a 9.5. It would have been a 10 if you got a goal, but I can't give anyone a 10 unless they've gone and done a madness. I don't think he's done a madness like that. I think he was that good. Yeah, it's crazy. Obviously, we've got Alexander De Los saying, look, Szoboszlai fun to watch. Szoboszlai 11 as well. Big up to G in the building as well. Make sure we're heading over to GTV as well. Yeah, it was a meaty performance, man. It was a meaty performance, 100%. Angel 968 saying 6, fitness an issue with Gravenberch. Yeah, maybe fitness. Oh, I'm not too sure, man. GTV saying I'd give him a 9 calm. We got Red for Life giving him a 9. Yeah, maybe a 9 then, man. I'm seeing 9. We got 8.5 here. Yeah, I'll probably give it a 9. Angel's changed, you know. Angel used to be a mad advocate for these players. I'm rating. They get the gist now. 8.5 for Sob. Fitness levels impressive. Hope he doesn't burn out. He runs a lot. I mean, look, a burnout is definitely going to happen. We can try to avoid it. Not avoid it. I mean, we can try to slow it down, but we can't prevent it, unfortunately, and that's because of how Liverpool go and play. Liverpool play so expansive. Do you know what I mean? And Trent coming in midfield means that Szoboszlai is going to have to do a lot of defensive work. But just looking at some of the stats here, in terms of passes, look, he's made the third most amount of passes in the whole team. Obviously, the two being top in the charts being obviously Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. Szoboszlai is right behind them, completing 75 out of 81 passes. He's created 4 chances, 50% more, well, 100, more than any other player. Double more than any other player on the pitch, and that being Salah. He made the most passes in the attacking third with 26 completed out of 31 attempting one fewer than Mohamed Salah, and actually completing 6 more. So that just proves how impressive he is, man, how impressive he is. Looking at crosses, he attempted 10 crosses, 3 of them being successful. We're seeing there that's a massive, obviously, part of his game. In terms of, obviously, take-ons from a Liverpool standpoint, he made 3 out of 4 take-ons, so really driving with the ball, proving to be a real good player, man. Murillo Murillo for Nottingham Forest actually attempted 5 out of 6 take-ons, and he had to do it from a defensive standpoint. So really, obviously good to go and see. In terms of ball recoveries, he made the most ball recoveries out of any player on the pitch, making 12 ball recoveries to McAllister's 11, who's obviously second in the charts. The other player after that is obviously Virgil van Dijk with 8 and then Konate with 7. So really impressive performance from him. What else have you got for Dominic Szoboszlai? I mean, I'm not going to lie. We can keep waxing lyrical, but he's just that guy, innit? He's just that guy. And when you go and look at kind of just the summary, or you look at their kind of influence in games, Szoboszlai's got a massive influence in games, massive influence. And he is going to, man. He's going to have a massive influence because he's that type of player. So for me, definitely, I'm going to obviously give him a 9. Yeah, man. So it's crazy. All of you guys are saying 9. Guys, make sure we are smashing a like, guys. There's almost 40 of us in the building. Please make sure you are hitting that like. I hope to see 40 likes. It does help the channel grow. So appreciate it wholeheartedly if you could do that. We've got Ultra saying him, Rice, and Maddison have been the best midfielders this season. I think Rodri's been impressive, man. I think Rice has been a bit overrated. I think he's been decent. I think Basuma has been better than Rice. Who else? Szoboszlai is definitely up there. I think Bruno Guimaraes, I think he's been really good. I think he's gone under the radar a bit. But yeah, definitely up there. Definitely up there. In terms of Szoboszlai, I agree. What are we going here? There we go. Accurate pass as well. He's all over the place. Facts. Big up to Mashoud as well. Big up to yourself. GTV saying, I think that debate with Jude is going to be based around what you perceive to be brilliant. I think context comes into it. Do we rate the running around more than winning games? Both important, by the way. But I'm not talking about winning games. I'm talking about influence on a game. So in the El Clasico, as an example, Modric didn't get on the score sheet, but Modric's second half performance proved why he was that done. Bellingham doesn't have his all-round game for Real Madrid, hasn't been as good as like what Camavinga's was like. Was it last season or 2 seasons ago when they won? No, 2 seasons ago when they won the Champions League, where you could see every facet of his game was really good. You saw he was dominating different areas. He wasn't like that. But for me, like I said, he doesn't have to do that because they've got players to go and do that, and he's playing in a different role. My question is, though, if they were both English, what would the debate be? Because they would create a narrative the same way. If they both played in the Premier League, there would be a narrative, and they're of a similar age. So it's really obviously good to go and see, man. Really good to go and see. But yeah, I'm obviously going to give that a 9. That's definitely something to obviously discuss. 100%. We've got Angel 98 saying 106 touches for Sob. Very impressive. Paqueta is quality for West Ham. Yeah, Paqueta's another one, man. Lucas Paqueta is another one. I forgot about him. Another one, that boy. You see why Man City wanted him. Do you know what I mean? And it's that whole betting situation that ruined everything. But he seems to be fine. He seems to have bust case. So, boy, maybe the game for him in January. Who knows? And then maybe Calvin Phillips. Is it Calvin Phillips? Yeah, and then Calvin Phillips obviously buggers off. Jota, for me, I'm going to give Jota an 8. The reason why I'm going to give him an 8 is that for his size, he occupies defenders so well. And he's someone that can just score, and he's always there at the right place at the right time. And he's playing in a role that he probably prefers to play a bit more central. But he's doing it really well. Look, 2 goals in 2 games back to back now. One of them he's ran through, showing his ability. Do you know what I mean? And now he's got that confidence. I think he was really, really, really good, man. Really, really, really good. So for me, I'm definitely going with Jota with an 8. I think it's proper interesting to obviously go and see like Diogo Jota's role in the team. Obviously we've got Gakpo here, we've got Diaz, obviously that wasn't available, but Diaz now unfortunately obviously wasn't able to be at the game because of the situation with his parents in Colombia. He's gonna have a problem coming back into the side, and I know Klopp does like to rotate and does fancy Diogo, obviously Diaz in that position over Jota. However, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. I don't know how that really goes about. I'm not sure how that changes, but for me, I definitely give him an 8. I agree with Angel in that 68, 8 as well. Jota was brilliant. His passing was a constant threat. His part has improved, constant threat to defense. I agree. This week is for Szoboszlai and Foden to top the top 2 midfielders for me. Yeah, this week definitely. Give him an 8. With Darwin Nunez, we might as well go Darwin Nunez. I'm gonna give Darwin Nunez, yeah. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. And the reason why I give him an 8 is because every chance that we went and had came through him. And I know it didn't come through him in the way that like I speak about like how the game ran through Bobby at times, how the game runs through who was that? Harry Kane as an example. It wasn't that. But his deflected shot got Jota the goal. Szoboszlai's assist to him was obviously across the box were really good. I think he's just proper good, man. I think he had a good game, man. He had a good game. He's have hope. Big up to Have Hope was speaking about, is Darwin Nunez starting to pass the eye test? Now, I'm not sure if he's starting to pass the eye test, but I know he's starting to pass the test in terms of like starting games. And right now he's performing better than Gakpo. Perform better than any like number 9 that we've had. So for me, I'll give him about a 7.5 to 8. So let me see what you guys are saying. We've got GTV saying 8. We've got Will Dead saying 7.5. We've got Nunez 8 as well. We've got Mashu saying Nunez 11. I see you're definitely a stand then. We've got KLFC saying 7 for Jota, but yeah, we've really given him an 8. We've got GTV saying every week we change who we want in our front 3. LOL. They each make a case to start more time, which is brilliant for us. That's what it is. And that's what it is, man. It's like every week. Bar that right-hand side, it's like, who do we go and start? I mean, the one that's really been slacking is Gakpo, if we're being honest. I think he's had a really poor start to the season. The likes of, obviously, Diaz, Jota, and Nunez, having 3 players that are all pushing to start means that the level's always high. And I think you can see it because Jota knows if I come on, I need to score. And he's been scoring those tap-ins. When he gets a chance in a game, then he can flex his muscles a bit, flick through the leg through someone, bang, bottom corner. Really obviously good to see. Can we see another level that these players can get to? Can Diaz and Jota get to another level? Can Gakpo maybe push someone for that left-hand spot or that right-hand spot even maybe? Maybe Diaz moves on to the right. I don't know, but having this competition within the team is really good, man. We have Angel in that 68 obviously saying, look, the front 5 will be rotated, and for once, I won't disagree really with any combination. Nunez 8. It's true, really true. Ultra saying actually 9, Nunez 9 for that bicycle kick. Yeah, man. You see here, we're too rational. That bicycle kick, unfortunately, I'm like Ferguson. You better come off if you do it, because otherwise, boy, and that didn't come off. So I can't give him more points for a missed bicycle kick. I could miss a bicycle kick. Chuck a ball in the air for me. I'll miss a bicycle kick. That's calm. We got Cameron Elder, big up to yourself, saying, what 8? Come on. He has become pivotal to the front 3. His hold-up play is so much better. Link up 9. No, I'm not going to give him a 9. A 9 on the same level as Szoboszlai in this game. Nah, Cameron. Like you've got to be a bit rational when we're talking about it. We've just said he's been really good. His hold-up play has become much better, 100%. His passing has become better. He's in more confidence. Do you know what I mean? He missed that goal against Toulouse, and he could have come into this game and been slacking again. He didn't. He came in. He was still making the same runs. He's making really good runs. And I think his kind of combination with Salah is really, really good. Doesn't mean he warrants a 9 just because we rate him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to go and do that. Like, he wasn't miles better than Jota. I think Jota was pivotal as well. He wasn't better than Szoboszlai. So yeah, for me, it's definitely an 8. Definitely an 8. And then let me see what you guys are saying here. We got Honest is saying La Pantera Darwin 8. His numbers are still getting better. He is more involved in his link-up play. Maybe Klopp was right. We needed to have patience with Darwin because he looks like a completely different player. Maybe so, man. Maybe so. Big up to Vuki as well, saying, just caught you guys now. We'll watch it back. Missed the watch along yesterday, though. No worries, man. No worries. Hope you're good. We've got Ali Nas saying, hello, bro. Hope you're doing well. We've got Sadiq saying 8.2 for Nunez. Karen Elder saying, fair enough, mate. 8 is fine. Yeah, exactly. Will Dead saying, will Nunez be as Zlatan? He definitely has talent, but be tough. I don't think he'll be as Zlatan. Zlatan's ability is different. Zlatan doesn't need confidence to show his ability. And he just exudes confidence at every level. Nunez is a bit different. More like Cavani for me, but I think he can still be a really, really good player, man. Big up to John saying, yes, JJ, on my break, tuning in. Yes, big up to everyone in the building. Let me see how many likes we've got, man. We've got 40 people in the building. We've got 36. Can we get 4 more likes, people? Can we get to 40 likes? That'd be incredible if we could do that, people. Big up to everyone in the building. Let's go next. And obviously, the next one, people, is obviously Mohamed Salah, man. Let me just, why am I moving this so you guys can see that player? Jesus. Yes, Mohamed Salah. Boy. Again, great example to everyone. When I go, and G, I know you're listening, right? So if you're listening, this is what I'm talking about. You see Salah's ability to get the ball now and not have to play the final pass, but you can play the pass before the pass. The pass that we thought Thiago would be able to go and do or be available to go and do. Salah's doing it. Salah's all-round gameplay is becoming so much better. He's getting goals. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. It's like, I don't know why people are like this. You know, when you've got like, when you're told like, this is the last time you're ever going to be able to go and do this, or this is your last swan song year, or this is your last day at work. People always like to work the best. Always like to do it. It's like, Salah, why are you doing this now? And I know the team is better, so I understand that standpoint and point of it. But again, I'm looking at obviously Salah, and he's so decisive. He's not even involved in the game as much as like a Nunez or as much as a Szoboszlai. But he's still so important to the team, man. So important. I mean, I'm looking at it here, and let's go and have a look, man. Yeah, in terms of attacking third passes, he made 20 out of 32, so obviously second in the rankings behind obviously Szoboszlai. Chances created, he created 2 chances. So, do you know what I mean? He's top 2 chances created again. In terms of shots, obviously he had 3 shots in the game, 1 on target with 1 goal. Again, the third amount of shots in the game. Darwin had the most shots, then Jota. After that, it was obviously Mohamed Salah. So really, obviously good to go and see. What else have we got here, man? Must have something there. That's defensive. Fouls committed, shots, passes, influence, attack. 2 seconds, people. Yeah, so, but for me, man, this is what I'm talking about. Apologies, people. Is Salah is different, man. And Salah's like, for me, he's matured in his game, and I didn't think he'd be able to go mature, and I can only give him props. And I know I'm giving like Salah props, but bro. We've got G obviously saying here, look, I'm telling you, he's always had this, bro. We've seen it. We've seen it in parts before, just not in full swing. Like now, because he's playing with the worst players that he has before, that he has to do it now. Maybe, but how did you know he could do it then? But we've seen it in parts before. But how did you know he could do it on a consistent basis? That's the problem. My problem was never Salah can't do it, is that Salah didn't do it. That's why Mane was more important when we had that argument. But listen, bro. We've got John the second saying, I don't know what we do without Salah. Like, generally, I don't know, LOL. We haven't been without Salah for a prolonged time. We need to enjoy this guy's greatness while he's here for real. I agree. We've got Salah saying 8.8. He's such a boss player. Shame he's getting slow, but game has improved. Exactly. He's getting a bit slower, but boy. We got Angel 960 saying, let's be real. Darwin is improving under Klopp. He just isn't the finished product yet. Yeah, I agree. Guys, make sure we are smashing the like. We got KLFC saying Salah for 9. Boy. John saying, bruh, if I saw Salah in person, I'd probably cry, you know. Big up to Sadiq Edwards as well. Been a member for 2 months. Say, smash the like for JJ. Salah is becoming undroppable and making it so hard to think of life after him. Please give him a contract extension. I mean, I don't know if I'd give him a contract. It's a weird one. It's like, I hear it, but I don't want to be subject to like the past and like clinging on to some legend that's washed, like Roma did with like Totti or like Del Piero with Juventus and stuff. I'd want us to kind of move on from there, like Rooney with United when he was done and they were holding on to him for dear life. Big up to Sadiq and big up to everyone that's a member as well. Guys, something is dropping actually this weekend as well. So please, I appreciate the patience, but creating the content has been very, very difficult with work and everything. But please, put your trust in us and we're going to get it to you. So I appreciate the support, man, as always. Big up to Honesty as well, saying LFC is slow cooking. Big up to yourself being a member as well for 2 months. That's massive for me, man. Hugely appreciated. The King 8.5. He don't need to do a lot, but he's always at the right place at the right time. This shows how much a good midfield can help out the attack. Definitely, man. Definitely. I see it. G saying he didn't need to do it is the point. LOL. You had Mane and Firmino. Yeah, but why couldn't Mane be the more of the goal scorer? Or why did it have to be him? This is my point. And even when we saw it in spurts, but we didn't need to see it. It's like me saying, yeah, Haaland can be a great. He can do what Harry Kane can do. He don't have to do what Harry Kane can do because he's got De Bruyne and Foden and flipping Bernardo Silva. Do you know what I mean? But we haven't seen him do what Kane does, so I can't go and say that, yeah, with confidence, yeah, Haaland could do what Kane can do. Kane's had to do it because of the team that he was in. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit different for me, man. Big up to Joe saying Salah finally got a midfielder doing good runs, which helps out his game. I agree. Big up to Jerson in the building as well. Hope you're well. Man saying 1 year you can do a year. I agree. You know what? I give him an 8.5. I think he deserves it. He deserves it, man. It's definitely an 8.5. Can I do subs in this? Let's see if I could do sub. Let's do sub, man. We got Gravenberg that was subbed. We got Nunez that was subbed. We got Trent that was subbed, I believe. Let's see who else was subbed. Let me see my notes. Who was subbed, man? Who was subbed? Apologies, people. Just checking out who was subbed. Can anyone let me know who else was subbed? I know Gomez came on. So let's say Trent. Yeah, Trent, Gravenberg, 1, 2, 3. We got one more. I think one more, isn't it? Or was it 5? Is it McAllister? Let me know. Because someone let me know. Let me have a look at StreamYard, actually. Let me have a look. KLFC asking, what did you give Konate? We go Konate an 8. We gave Konate an 8. Endo came in. Elliot for Grav. Yeah, I know that. Jota came off. There we go. That's the one. Jota came off. Who else came off? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it? Oh, yeah, and McAllister, yeah? Did McAllister come off? No, he didn't. McAllister didn't come off. Is that it? Maybe I'm wrong. Interesting. Let me have a look. Endo came in, but I forgot for who. Yeah, he did. He did. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can try giving him a rating, people. Rating goals. Let's do the goals as well. Okay, I didn't know you can actually do quite a lot now, man. You can do quite a lot. Not bad. Cool. Man of the match, of course, in this game is Szoboszlai. And yeah, I'm not really going to do the subs. I think it was a decent game. But yeah, big up to Andras as well, saying they lost it somehow and it had to be rediscovered. Soba has galvanized the team's winning attitude. They started feeling again like the winning is the option, the only one, and it requires a real fight. Yeah, you're right. Definitely, you're right, man. You're definitely right. I think Elliot had a decent game as well. Had a couple of chances when he cut inside and had a shot. Who else? It was okay. Big up to Ryan in the building as well, saying we controlled the game from start to finish. Tears in my eyes. We did. Now, Ryan's here. Good. Controversial. I'm going to be controversial now, yeah? Not that it worries me because we controlled the game. But for some reason, Liverpool still need... It seems as though Liverpool can only score goals in transition. Liverpool need the counter-attack. Liverpool needs space in behind. Liverpool need to go and count you after you've had a corner or counter when you've gone and lost the ball. We don't have patterns of play like we did at times with Bobby, Mane and Salah as well, where a team sitting back and we can break you down. Boom, 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 boom. Sit back, boom, 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 and kind of and break down a team. Everything is still been in transition. And for me, that's still a massive problem because it means that if we come up again, if the transition is not working for whatever reason, but we still have a lot of the ball, or there isn't a chance to transition, can we go and break down a team and get goals? Every goal's in transition. Every goal. It's like Klopp has a sickness. It's like he needs transition. It's like the transition gets him off. So yes, we control games, but when we're controlling games, we don't look like we're going to score. We don't look like we're dominating games in terms of like goals and like we're going to score 4, 5, 6. We need a team to come out to then counter them, and I think that's something to go and look at, and it's something that I actually want to discuss in an episode. When we have the Mandem on, when everyone's in there, so we can actually discuss it in a bit more promise. But that's something to think about. And if we're watching this on the replay, please just ask me the question: why is that the case? Why do we have to score goals in transition? Why do we need space? Why can't we do it when the team's... So if a team doesn't come at us, we then struggle even more. And I feel like a Nottingham Forest are away. They don't necessarily need the points because they're not like battling relegation. We're not like in the dire embers of the season where like we need to just go and get a point. So they were just coming at us. And I think you could see it by the type of players that they went and played. Brought on Nico Williams, done really, really well. Started with Elanga, who's very, very fast. And they wanted to go be very direct with us. They didn't go up with like a Chris Wood that's going to hold up the ball where that transition is not going to be available. And that for me is going to be really interesting to go and see. But Ryan actually said, I've got a point. Interesting. That's good to see, man. Good to see. We've got G saying, be interested to see how we do against City, to be honest, as they can play many styles in games. I agree, man. Just seems gives the ball to Salah and let him get a crazy pass to Nunez. Even the Salah goal as an example, right? That was like old school. You pressed us. We've won the ball. Szoboszlai's licked the ball. And obviously, Matt Turner's done a madness and just missed the ball. And obviously, Salah's there and a great, obviously, good finish. 2 touches. To finish that 2 touches, really good. Take the touch. 1 right foot, bang, in the back of the net. Good to see. But I need to see us being able to destroy teams whilst having possession. And I think that's what it is. Honestly saying, I hear you, but I think Klopp likes that scoring from the counter is more direct and you can have more players attacking. But I hear you. No, you can. But a majority of the time, we had 70% possession in this game. So 70% of the time we couldn't counter. We actually countered with the 30 then. We needed that 30% of not having the ball to actually be more dangerous. Hence why I actually think against City will be more of a dangerous game because Liverpool don't need the ball to be dangerous. That's what I would go and say. Angel Nat 68 saying, in the final third, very few fast 1-2s or third man running. Liverpool struggle with low blocks, creating overloads in key areas. Yeah, especially when a team goes with a back 5. Especially when a team goes in a back 5. We've got Trudon saying, a functioning Liverpool team is Pep's nightmare. It's not a given we'll lose there. We can get a draw at least. I agree, that's something I agree with. I think styles make fights. It's like, I think Ngannou beat Fury, but I think Fury beats Joshua. But I think Joshua beats Ngannou. Or Joshua loses to Ngannou, if that makes sense. How should that even make sense? That just means that Joshua is dead. Oh my God. But anyway, interesting. We've got RJ saying, I think Ryan will help with that. 100. I think Ryan will help with that. We are bad at 1-2s, giving goals in the final third. Also, byline cutback. We don't do that. That's why the Nunez goal was great. If we do that more, we will score. Yes, we need to do that more. The problem is it was in transition again. It wasn't like Walker had the ball, we had runners overload, and it wasn't that. A lot of the time, Trent would have the ball, he'd pop it into Henderson or Szoboszlai, and it's a first time cross to the back post, as opposed to trying to work it to the byline and cross it across the ball, across the box. So interesting to see, man. We've got Jerson saying we must get back our mentality monsters and stop playing sideways football instead of attacking football. This is why we'll be a nightmare for rival teams. Yeah, I think I agree. And I think, look, Gravenberch does help that, but the team doesn't. So I see us getting, look, that game is going to be interesting. We've got Honesty saying, I can see us getting a draw against City. Klopp don't lose that much against Pep since both came to the Prem. Yeah, it's very, very true. Very, very true. Gravenberch will be critical in helping to break down deep defenses. Yeah, he will, and I think Jones as well at times. GTV saying, yeah, we could easily go there and win, but we could also go there and get slapped. I mean, what is slapped? Because United got slapped and they only lost 3-0. I don't think we'd ever lose 3-0 in the same manner that they did. But you never know. It's City. You never know. I'm just saying, yes, Trent will go and cross instead of working at overland and cut back in the 12-yard area. 100%. I agree with that, man. I agree with that. But look, people, big up to everyone in the building. We actually got to 43 likes, so that's massive for the channel. Thank you so much for everyone in the building. We've been live with you for 50 minutes, so it's been longer. It's been longer than I thought it would be. Definitely make sure, obviously, we're hitting that notification bell and we're saying subscribe to the channel as well. If we're new, make sure we're hitting that subscribe button as well. Thank you to everyone that's become a member, that's becoming a member. The content is coming, it's loading, and it should be out with you guys by the end of the week. So please stay tuned for that. I'm really happy to seeing that. Make sure we're heading over to GTV as well, because a lot of content's there. He's dropped his little analysis on the game as well, about 20-minute segment. So head over there and check that out as well. Until next time, people, I look forward to seeing all of you guys again. Going to be dropping something very, very soon, man. We're a bit more stable now. So, I mean, with work and stuff. So looking forward to obviously checking you guys and, yeah, growing together, man. But until next time, people, thank you so much. It's been the Jerry James Show. And, yeah, have a good Monday, man. Have a good week if I don't see you. I'll see a lot of you guys. But if some of you are only here until the next Tactics board, then see you until next week. It's been the Jerry James Show, and we're out. Boom.